To such an extent does nature delight and abound in variety that among her trees there is not one plant to be found which is exactly like another, and not only among the plants, but among the boughs, the leaves, and the fruits, you will not find one which is exactly similar to another. In order to arrive at knowledge of the motions of birds in the air, it is first necessary to acquire knowledge of the winds, which we will prove by the motions of water in itself, and this knowledge will be a step enabling us to arrive at the knowledge of beings that fly between the air and the wind. Men of lofty genius when they are doing the least work are most active. The mind of the painter must resemble a mirror, which always takes the color of the object it reflects and is completely occupied by the images of as many objects as are in front of it. Knowledge of the past and of the places of the earth is the ornament and food of the mind of man. The truth of things is the chief nutriment of superior intellects. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. Water is the driving force of all nature. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. Nature is the source of all true knowledge. She has her own logic, her own laws. She has no effect without cause nor invention without necessity. The human foot is a masterpiece of engineering and a work of art. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Iron rusts from disuse, water loses its purity from stagnation, even so does inaction sap the vigor of the mind. Our life is made by the death of others. He who loves practice without theory is like the sailor who boards ship without a rudder and compass and never knows where he may cast. It's easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. I have offended God and mankind because my work didn't reach the quality it should have. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. The beginnings and ends of shadow lie between the light and darkness and may be infinitely diminished and infinitely increased. Shadow is the means by which bodies display their form. The forms of bodies could not be understood in detail but for shadow. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. He who is fixed to a star does not change his mind. Who sows virtue reaps honor. The function of muscle is to pull and not to push, except in the case of the genitals and the tongue. Men of lofty genius sometimes accomplish the most when they work least, for their minds are occupied with their ideas and the perfection of their conceptions, to which they afterwards give form.